Deep in the forests, far from mortal eyes, a great sorceress watched over the balance of the Triforce.
While the Zelda series is no stranger to spin-offs, Hyrule Warriors is probably the most unexpected mashup yet. Nintendo teamed up with Koei Tecmo and developer Omega Force to give the realm of Hyrule the Dynasty Warriors treatment. It's not your typical Zelda game, but the developers spared no expense when it came to the fan service. However, at the end of the day, is this just another Dynasty Warriors game with a Zelda skin? The premise is simple. You play as one of 14 different characters with unique combat styles from the Legend of Zelda universe in giant battlefields filled with hordes of enemies. You slice and dice your way to victory by performing all sorts of flashy attacks, something that's satisfying at first, but after a few hours dealing with the repetitive nature of the combat, feels tired. Within each stage, you need to complete various objectives ranging from protecting an allied base, overtaking an enemy stronghold, or defeating a specific foe or boss character. You'll also need to uncover new items in typical Zelda fashion like bombs to progress past certain obstacles. Like the combat, the appeal of these tasks quickly evaporates after the initial levels. It's best to enjoy the game in small chunks, but you'll get diminishing returns each time you come back for seconds. You'll plow through over a dozen of these stages in Legends mode, the game's primary story-based campaign. This is honestly where you'll have the most fun if you appreciate the history of Zelda, most notably its complicated chronology. Legends mode almost pokes fun at the concept of a timeline while simultaneously embracing its heritage. It makes for some fantastic fan service, but isn't enough to carry the experience. Alternatively, there's Adventure Mode, which pays homage to the original NES Zelda. The goal is to explore the classic overworld of The Legend of Zelda, only the catch is you have to complete certain tasks within one of Hyrule Warriors' levels, like defeating a certain number of enemies within a time limit. By completing these objectives and earning high enough ranks, you can explore new parts of the map. You'll also earn items you can use to unlock secrets in certain spots on the map. Rewards for unearthing these, in addition to completing the listed objectives, will result in special bonuses, like unlocking a new character. There's certainly more appeal here for those looking for a shred of the sense of exploration they enjoy in Zelda games, and it's an admirable attempt to dress up the Dynasty Warriors package into something a bit more interesting. Another way Hyrule Warriors embraces the Zelda legacy can be seen in the plethora of secrets scattered throughout each stage. Players who go the extra mile will be rewarded with heart containers, and hiding within each level is a gold skull Tulla that, when slain, nets you a piece of one of several puzzles that can be viewed in the extras gallery. It's decent incentive to revisit completed areas if you've got the stomach for the repetitive nature of the combat. An additional reason to come back to previous levels is to improve your character's status, whether it's earning more experience by slaying enemies or obtaining more items. Certain enemies and bosses will drop materials you can collect and then use to enhance your character's offensive and defensive capabilities. You can also collect rupees, which can then be spent in the training menu to power level weaker characters you've neglected. Other times, bosses and tougher enemies will drop weapons. They're not new weapons per se, but alternate versions of your current arsenal. Some of these weapons come with special attributes that make them better suited for certain situations. You can also enhance your current assortment of weapons by going to the smith to meld attributes from multiple weapons into a single, more powerful relic. It's not crucial to your success on the easier difficulty settings, but it'll make life easier if you decide to tackle one of the harder modes. Aside from enhancing your existing weapons, you can also unlock completely new ones by progressing through both the Legends and Adventure modes. The new gear will alter up the playstyle of each character, giving them new life should you grow tired of their existing weapon of choice. With a wide range of combat options at your disposal, you're sure to find one that suits your taste. It's clear that Hyrule Warriors wasn't a phoned-in effort. Each environment is detailed with numerous homages to previous games in the series, and the soundtrack is probably the only time you're going to hear orchestrated Zelda tunes mixed with rock music in an actual Zelda game. There are so many twisted and bizarre sights and sounds to behold that you can't help but marvel at what's been accomplished here. When played in short sessions, Hyrule Warriors is mindless fun that celebrates the rich history of the Zelda series. However, your long-term enjoyment of this game boils down to how much you like Dynasty Warriors, or hack-and-slash games in general, and whether or not you care about exuberant amounts of Zelda fan service. It more than delivers on both these points, but if either one of these is a turnoff, this likely isn't the experience for you.
Ha ha ha!